What's good? What's good? What's goody, my peopleizations? Pardon me, my peopleizations. What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? Trying to fix my camera, so pardon me, my peopleizations. I was trying to fix my camera, so pardon me, my peopleizations. Smash that like button. Let's work. Get the likes all the way up. We got 220 people. Let's get 220 likes. So we got some interesting news, right? As Terence Bud Crawford looks like he is on the verge of looking to face off against Showtime Shawn Porter in his next fight. And then, interestingly enough, uh, they're stating that they're going to look to face Jermell Charlo at 154. Now, I told you guys that Terence Crawford, when he did the interview, well, he wasn't doing an interview. When Danny Garcia and Demetrius Andre was doing an interview, and Danny Garcia said that he wanted to go up to 154. Terence Crawford said he too wants to go up to 154. So with that said, this is interesting news. Can Terence Crawford actually compete with Jermell Charlo at 154? Can Terence Crawford, actually, beat a Jermell Charlo? Terence Crawford, is he posturing? Is he just looking to posture? Or is he truly, truly looking past Errol Spence? Did he truly, truly put that fight in his rearview mirror? Smash the like button. Let's get into this, okay? First things first, we have, I want you guys to go support my brother Terence Bailey Sr. He has a big event coming up. Operation Frederick Douglass on the Hill is a historical mural being painted by world famous artist Michael Rosado and commissioned by the Frederick Douglass family. It will be placed in the oldest African American community in the United States, the Hill community of Easton, Maryland. EASTON, Maryland, to be unveiled this summer. Initially was scheduled for June 12th. Now it has been pushed back to July 5th, which is the following Monday after the 4th of July. Okay. You can go and support. Go to Operation Frederick Douglass on the Hill on Facebook. You can follow and donate there and help meet the $50,000 goal requirement to help support this event. Also, you can go and subscribe to Terence Bailey Sr. on the mic with my brother Terence Bailey Sr. Every Sunday, you go to It's Your Radio. It's Yours Radio with a Z. It's ITZ, Yours with a Z Radio. Every Sunday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also check them out on live975.com. Go support my brother Terence Bailey Sr. on the mic with my brother Terence Bailey Sr. Again, you can go support this on Facebook, okay? On Facebook at Frederick Douglass on the Hill on Facebook. Follow and donate there. Help support the cause. Help support this historic event. And go subscribe to my brother Terence Bailey Sr. on the mic with Terence Bailey Sr. It's going to take place July 5th. With that said, people, my peopleizations, let's get into this, okay? My brother Terry Smoot Jr., Will Smith, Will Lattimore. On the mic, my brother Terence Bailey Sr., Buckeye B, Adsadine Lyon, the Code Keeper, Robbie Sanders, Ethan Fresh 73, Pugilist in Politics, Ruben Salinas Jr. Where you been at? The SS Family, Ketty Peace 504, my brother CB Sports TV, Carl Burrell, he's expecting. Salute to my brother Brian Powell, TC, Donald Now, the 66-year-old G Grant. Salute to you, great brother. That boy Narodi, Ray Wallace, EBE Bones, Ben Bones, what's going on? Ben Fennell, J Diggs, Kevin Munnings, Moyo Source, Geo James, Khalil 98, Jason Briggs, Adina, Adelia. Salute to you, great brother. Xavier Mobis, Black Iron King, Came House 101, your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Smash the like button. Ray Wallace, Mike Rhyme, Ahmad Jackson, Platform TV Network, L Won't Fail, Promotional T, Philly Miz 215, Stan Swoosh, Robert Drummond, Jelani Everin, Quay Scott, Donald Favors. Who am I missing? Old Turks, Dad. How come I'm missing a whole bunch of people? Dahlia Antoinette, Peace of Blessings Queen. How you doing today? I'm missing a whole bunch of people right now. Oh, man. James, Anthony K, Rico Breland, Winston Lee, Mundox Fly High 89. Old Turk's dad. William Old School Audette, my brother. Shogun 76. Quan 43, my brother. Bobo, my brother. What's going on? G Sun 1. Dolly Internet. Peace of Blessings Queen. Lamont Skinner. Dead Game Boxing. Vince Williams. Anthony Ingram. Tavion Parrish. Juzelle James. Mellow S. Buddy Road Truck Trap Sports. Antonio Hicks. Dago Rock. Renee Bosh Young, my brother Renee. Go subscribe to my brother Renee Bosh Young. Patrick Gordon, DJ, Dane Watson, Felix Mays, Dwayne Jones, G Money 718. Smash the like button, people. We got 400 people here. Let's get 400 likes. American Patriot 1776, my brother. The Haven Alexander, Stan Swoosh, D Luckett, Lanier Taylor, Big Al's House of Pain, Mark Ambrose, Artwork. What's going on? Yes, sir. Please donate and help support the cause. Chappelle's Show 56. Chuga Fantastic. My brother, John Malone. What's going on? Salute to my brother, Chuga Fantastic, in the super chat, as always. AJ McDaniel. Easy Lou and Boston TV. Chelsea Forever 79. Michael Page. Demetrius Hogg. Max Montanez. Kane to Win. Eno Vadi Vativ Sports. Boxing Good. What's going on? Jonathan Sims. Who else we got? Victor Knives. What's going on? Reginald Fields. Bighorn Toros. What's going on? Deloney Fam Sports. William Old School Audette. My brother. Salute. My brother Bunny BA in the super chat. Salute to my brother Bunny BA. Kareem Ebanks. What's going on? Hold on one second. My wife just keeps on FaceTime. Salute to my brother Bunny BA in the super chat. He said, if Crawford's serious about this plan, I have no issue with whatever. Moving up in weight to fight Charlo is elite business. Still team man down. Yeah, if he take this route, Bunny BA, I'm not opposed to it. Dion Price, what's going on? Free game fella, what's going on? DP Rocker, Ricky Wright, Victor Griffiths, Southern T Boxing, my brother. Go subscribe to Southern T Boxing. Drop the link so that people could subscribe to your channel. Whoa, Fat Toombi, what's going on with you? Shizzy Green, Bravo J, what's going on? Jay Lynn, Peace of Blessings Queen, how you doing today? Whit Ty, Lil Chris John, what's going on with you? Adrian Vett, what's going on? LF, Robert Drummond, what's going on? Big Horn, Huncho, 2-time, Ken Broadwater, what's going on? OG, Ripper 305, my brother, what's going on? SNVR 7, what's going on with you? 74 Pugilist Specialist, what's going on? Elvis Mask, EJ Love, Mr. Vegas, what's good, everything, what's going on? Valiev, Komo Ladin, Fred Hampton, what's going on? Young Trey, what's going on? Michael Page, what's going on? Chris Kahi, what's going on with you? David McCullough, what's going on with you? Dow Rock Strong, my brother, salute. Okay, let's get into this. So, Patrick Finley, what's going on? True Blue 45, what's going on? Prime Minister Nuke Juice, what's going on? So, if this is the plan, Felix 1800, Danny Allen, TZ Frank, what's going on? Nuke Juice, Prime Minister, what's going on? I'm sleepy, people. SE8, LaRon's Reviews, my brother Ron, what's going on? Go subscribe to my brother LaRon Reviews. Juan Jr. Boxer, what's going on? Jim Hustle, Nick McCool, Jafari Caesar, what's going on? Eagle City 56, what's going on? Man, I had to do a photo shoot today. I'm trying to bring y'all some very, very something very big that we all gonna love. You guys gonna love it. Kevin Moniz, what's going on? So I had to do a photo shoot today. And y'all, if you could see June Bugger, the streamer, what's going on? I put up that video at 3 o'clock. Man, I got up at 8 o'clock, man. Dennis Smith, what's going on? Dennis, what's going on with you? I got up at 8 o'clock, man. Had to head to Brooklyn. Big ticket, 12:30. What's good? Just business, sports, and conversation. What's good? King Ferg, what's going on? Be the G, my brother, salute. So, man, you know, man, coming from the island, going to Brooklyn, the traffic in New York is just, it's uncensored, man. It's just like, the traffic in New York is just German quarrels. What's going on? Trick Noty, my brother, what's going on with you? William O. Score them, my brother in Super Chat. Salute, Blue. Can't wait for Porter versus Bud. Me neither. Yeah, man. Going to Brooklyn, the traffic, man. Listen, I'm just gonna tell y'all this, man. I was like, why, oh, why did I not take the train? I do not like to drive through the city. Only time I like to drive through the city if it's after 2 in the morning. Mr. Pac-Man 216 Solo Productions. What's going on? Jason Allen, what's going on? Johnny Stanley, what's going on? After 2 in the morning, man. 12 o'clock at night, it still could be bumper to bumper traffic. 1 o'clock in the morning, it's still bumper to bumper traffic. There is no time in New York. Jadavius 2310. LaJessica Burton, peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing? Raul Aguilar, King E 8031. Salute. There's no time in New York where there's no traffic. Pull counter boxing, what's going on? There's none. Keyshawn Johnson, what's going on? Always traffic. Yeah, Ron said can't do the city during the day. Bad business. Yeah, Ron, I don't know why I did it to myself, Ron. Don't know why I did it. Gabriel Wayne, Rampage Jackson, Peace Be Free. What's going on? Ron, I don't know why I did it to myself. And to come back, Tariq Reed, Gabriel Wayne. I just got back, people. You know what time I left Brooklyn, Ron? 2:02. I just got back. That's why I started late. I just got back. Kay Harris, what's going on? For something that takes 20 minutes, it takes you 2 hours, man. Joe Jack, what's going on, man? Fast Lane Jones, what's going on? DJ Zion Love, what's going on? Yeah, I made this. Yeah, what's going on? He said Brooklyn. Yeah, man. It's like, man, oh man. I truly just got back. Nato the Great, my brother in the Super Chat. He said Bud is trying to get the upper hand in negotiation by going up to 154 before Errol and getting those belts. Yeah, that could be a plan. Chilltown Major, what's going on? That's a great strategy. Nato the Great. That'd be a great strategy. Jeffrey Brooks, my brother in Super Chat. If Bud move up and fight Charlo, then fighting Spence becomes irrelevant, or that makes Bud the A side over Spence, I believe. If Terence Crawford fights if Terence Crawford fights and beats Shawn Porter, right? Yeah, he said I ain't like driving my son to AAU games in Harlem. Yeah, man, and I don't know why and you know what it is? I already know what I'm up against, and I do it to myself every time. Every time my mind is saying, get on the train, take the subway, take the train. Nah, it'll be all right. I could drive. I do it to myself every time. Every single time. Every single time. I don't know why. And then I'm driving and I'm telling myself, why did I do it? Sick lyrical damage. What's going on? Don't know why I did it. Did it again. A 20, 30-minute drive turns into a 2.5, 3-hour drive. I left Brooklyn at 2:02. There's no way I'm getting back to the island at 5 after 5 o'clock. That should not happen. That should not happen. And then you go, if there's zero traffic, right? It's 2, 3 in the morning. You can get here to Brooklyn in 20 minutes. No traffic. Traffic, 3 hours. Man, don't make no sense. Now, back to this boxing. So he said if Bud move up and fight Charlo, then fighting Spence becomes irrelevant. Here's the thing. If he beats Shawn Porter, Jay Ketchup, what's going on? If he beats Shawn Porter, and then he goes up and he fights and beats Jermell Charlo, and becomes, because remember, if he beats Jermell Charlo, that means he became undisputed. OG Arrogant St. Lou, what's going on? Dennis Gerald, what's going on? Right? If he beats Jermell Charlo and he's undisputed at 154 and he's undisputed at 140 and he beats Shawn Porter at 147, well, guess what? He's going to be the A side. Jay Murs, my brother in Super Chat, Melwood Bud. He will beat Bud. I had to paraphrase, great brother. Now, Jermell Charlo is nearly 6 feet tall, nearly 6 feet tall. And he has a 74-inch arm reach. Terence Crawford is 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. If he beats Jermell Charlo, if he beats Shawn Porter, and remember, if he beats Shawn Porter in impressive fashion, dominating fashion, right? And William Oscudon said, no, I read your super chat, great brother. LAG Vids, he said, Bud beats them all. Okay. Goodbye. There you go. How about that? T-Town Cruz, my brother, what's going on? How about that? Now who's telling? So anyway, Warrior 519, Armin Beats, Muhammadu Mustafa Ba, what's going on with you? Nick McCool, what's going on? Christopher Gabry, what's going on? You can't make this stuff up. Roll Money, what's going on? How many platforms you think is on YouTube, people? Douglas Ford, what's going on? How many platforms y'all think is on YouTube? It has to be at least 20 million. And out of that 20 million, it has to at least be, I don't know, 100,000 boxing channels that talk boxing. Why come here if you don't agree with me? JG, what's going on? You don't agree with me. You don't agree with my stance. Okay, no problem. Why watch? Do you watch CNN and don't like it? Do you watch the what's the channel? The Lifetime channel? No, most men don't watch Lifetime, right? Why? Why come here if you don't agree with the content, the platform? Why watch? I don't get it. You save your day just to come here. Hey, is it 5:30? Oh, he's late today. He's late. Oh man, he's late. Randolph Weatherspoon, what's going on? Nitty G, my brother, what's going on? He's late today. I want to comment. Then you come in and comment. Hey man, Terence Crawford beats them all. Okay. Did I say he wouldn't? Jim Hustle, what's going on? A. Louis, what's going on? Can you guarantee he beats Jermell Charlo? Okay. My brother, Carolina Rider, coming through, studding up, dropping that hundo on your boy Blue in the super chat. He says salute to you, King. I appreciate you 1,000%. Yeah, man, I did this photo shoot, man. I'm trying to bring y'all something special. Well, I'm not trying. I'm going to bring y'all something special. Ronald Wright, my brother in super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. Appreciate you, King. Right? Chris Rob Media TV, AG, what's going on? Right, AG. That's what I'm saying, AG. Like, AG, okay, let's say the brother AG made sense, right? AG says, listen to AG, what AG said. Now, this is what I'm talking about. He says, I don't agree with you always, but I like having a debate with you. Right. Right. Because I'm not always right, just like you're not always right. But that's why we talking boxing. Who knows the outcome of Terence Crawford, Shawn Porter? Who can guarantee me the outcome? Hundo 386 says, what's going on? Who can guarantee the outcome of Terence Crawford and Shawn Porter? Who can guarantee the outcome of Terence Crawford and Errol Spence? Who can guarantee the outcome of Errol Spence and your Dana Sugis? Who can guarantee the outcome of any fight? Groundhog Sports Nation, what's going on? Who can guarantee the outcome of any fight? Nobody. Nobody can guarantee the outcome of no fight. So to come here and say, oh, Terence Crawford, he beats all of them, and then to call me out my name, it don't matter what's going on. That don't add up. Because you can't guarantee nothing. Stolen Stu, what's going on? Gary B, what's going on? And did I ever say that he would lose? Who heard me say Terence Crawford was going to lose? Jeffrey Brooks, my brother in Super Chat, I think they can't wait to start a debate with you, Blue. They love to see you get worked up, I guess. I don't understand it. I don't understand it because my thing is this. They come here and they make a case that doesn't even add up because they come here and they say, oh, Terence Crawford ain't going to lose to nobody. Who here? We got 750 people. Smash the like button. We got 750 people and we got 400 likes. Again, we got 750 people and 400 likes. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you walk in my house. We got 750 people. We only have 400 likes. Get the likes to 700. Okay. So now let's say this. Wendell Auguste, what's going on? Right? Has anybody out of 750 people here, did anybody hear me say Terence Crawford going to lose? Outside the fact that I said I'm favoring Errol Spence now because I feel like Errol Spence has been fighting a better opposition, and Errol Spence has been, practice makes perfect. So perfect practice makes excellence. You understand? And so Errol Spence is fighting a better opposition where I feel like his trajectory is going up and Terence Crawford has plateaued because he's favored in every single fight across the board, hands down. It's not even close. You understand? Eric Horn, my brother in Super Chat. Salute, Blue. So Bud is going to fight Porter, move up, fight Charlo. Really? He's yet to fight a A-level fighter. Now he's going to fight 2 in a row. I hope so. Me too. So now, who here outside of me saying Errol Spence? And if you say that Errol Spence can't beat Terence Crawford, then you're not being realistic and you're not being honest. So I said that Map 8S, what's going on? I said that I believe that Errol Spence would beat Terence Crawford, but it's still a 50-50 fight. Jordan Maverick, Los Angeles Lakers, what's going on? I said that it's a 50-50 fight. Initially, when the fight was first talked about, I said, you know what? The skill set, the versatility of Terence Crawford made me favor Terence Crawford. You guys remember that. I've been saying the skill set and the versatility of Terence Crawford made me favor Terence Crawford. But as I watch Errol Spence go fight after fight and fighting and winning in different fashions, different styles, Errol Spence is the epitome of somebody of these boxers that always say, you've yet to see me pull out all the stops. Well, Errol Spence, Slim Jim 314, what's going on? 10 Gain and Grip, what's going on? Errol Spence, Big Bush Jr., what's going on? Errol Spence is the epitome of that because Errol Spence is showing you he fought Shawn Porter style, right? Robert Johnson, what's going on? No, I'm not. Because I said it's a 50-50 fight. I'm just giving you what I think is the outcome, right? Would I be surprised if Errol Spence won? No. Would I be surprised if Terence Crawford won? No. So it's a 50. That's why is it the biggest fight in boxing? Because it's a 50-50 fight. And you got the best fighting in the best. There goes 619 Cali Factor. What's going on? You have the best fight in the best. That's why it's a 50-50 fight. Big Soul, 704 Joe. What's going on? That's why it's a 50-50 fight. Because you have the best fighting the best. It wouldn't be the super fight, wouldn't be the biggest fight in boxing if there wasn't a case for Errol Spence to win or a case for Terence Crawford to win. 48,000%. What's going on? D-Stacks TV, AV Young, what's going on? Corey Goodlow, what's going on? So when people come in, oh man, this dude don't know nothing. Terence Crawford beat all these guys. Yeah? Well, then show him proof. Charlo 23, what's going on? Yep. Terrence Bailey said Spence is the perfect case of you think you know me. Exactly. You know what? Latrell Matthews, what's going on? We hear these fighters, Mr. Blue, what's going on? We hear these fighters all the time say, you've yet to see the best of me. Floyd Mayweather is retired. And still today, Floyd Mayweather says, I never had to use my A game in no fight. Still today, Boston Dad, what's going on? Quay Scott, what's going on? GD the Princess Brown, what's going on? Still today, Floyd Mayweather says, nobody's ever seen me fight with my A game. Oh, it's still, he says it today. And you never see me have to pull out different tricks. Well, Errol Spence shows you he beat Mikey Garcia boxing. He beat Shawn Porter, fighting Shawn Porter fight. Whether you believe he was forced to, if you go listen, shout out to Shawn Porter and the Porter Way podcast, right? But you listen to what Shawn Porter said, it makes sense. He says there was times in the fight. If you look at the fight with Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao, he says Errol Spence didn't know how he wanted to win the fight, what was going to work against Mikey Garcia. So he said he was testing out different things, and he figured out the jab and fighting them from range was going to work, and so he just used it, and he just won the fight. He says, then against me, he figured that, okay, I'm going to keep forcing him to fight this fight. So he changed his style, and he beat me at my game. He says, then you watch him against Danny Garcia, he understood that he was just simply the better boxer than Danny Garcia. He was the better athlete, and so he just used it and won. But he's the epitome, right? And I'm going to have a video on that later. But he's the epitome of showing you versatility. So when he's showing me the versatility, he sparked something in me to say, wait a minute, how do I know he won't make the adjustments against Terence Crawford? I seen Terence Crawford make adjustments. I seen Terence Crawford win fights in different styles. That was the versatility. And obviously we all know he could fight in southpaw, he could fight in orthodox. But then when I'm watching Errol Spence do it against better opposition, that made me say, wait a minute, what tells me he can't do that with Terence Crawford? What tells me he can't adapt to Terence Crawford and beat Terence Crawford? If you truly watch Errol Spence and you truly watch boxing, Kurt is a historian. Kurt is a historian in the sport of boxing. He'll be on in a second. And Kurt even said the fight got closer. Every time, as time passes, the fight is getting closer for Kurt. Why? Because he sees the versatility in Errol Spence. Now, Kurt says he believes Terence Crawford will win, but he sees the versatility in Errol Spence. Right. Jeffrey Brooks, my brother in Super Chat, I think we can better judge who will probably win if Bud fights Porter, because some can argue Shawn beat Errol Spence. Right, but styles make fights. Styles make fights. See, we got 850 people here, and we have 500 likes. Ryan Taylor, my brother in Super Chat, appreciate you. He said, get the likes up. Facts. We got 850 people here, and we have 500 likes. So that's 350 people that didn't smash the like button. What are we doing? Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you walk in my house. Let's work, people. Smash the like button. WB Sports TV, my brother. Amir Rogers, what's going on? Big Nick 32, what's going on? Ronald Moore, what's going on? Christian Gutierrez, what's going on? DeJuan Henderson, what's going on? Aki Kari, what's going on? Roderick Frelat, New World Era Music Group, what's going on? Right? Tristan V, what's going on? So what tells us that peace bless to the Queen, Dahlia Internet coming through, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. Appreciate you, Queen. PLG Ski, Rodney B, what's going on? Rodney B, what's going on? Errol RK, what's going on? Salute to, he says he in the Ukraine. Shout out to the Ukraine, man. Shout out to the Ukraine. Y'all producing some great fighters from over there. Producing some great talent from over there, man. You may not always favor Alexander Usyk, Vasyl Lomachenko, or Gennady Golovkin, but man, oh man, they got talent. They got talent. Loving Down Gaither, that's me. Barry Barnes, what's going on? EJ Love, my brother in Super Chat. Bob Arum is waiting for Errol Spence to vacate his belt and move up to 154, then set an easier fight for Crawford to take over all the belts. He can't do that because he's working against himself. Man, where's the phone? He can't do that because he's working against himself. Because Terence Crawford is older. Eugene Gibson, what's going on, great brother? Max Montanez, what's going on? Terence Crawford is 33 years of age. He'll be 34 September 28th. He's working against the grain if he tried to attempt to do that. Sean Staten, what's going on? My brother David Hambone Hamilton, my brother in the Super Chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. Blue, do you see the Bowman interview where he said that Crawford won't be fighting Porter? No, I didn't see that. See, this is the thing. You see, they change up so many different times. I'm not surprised. Larry Starks, what's going on? I wouldn't be surprised. But if he don't, and he don't fight Manny Pacquiao, well, then he will never be able to come back from it. Bighorn Toros, my brother in Super Chat. Boston is the worst at treating their fans. That's 1,000%. That's like my brother MREC TV has said. That's a fossil fact. Smash the like button. We got almost 900 people and we got 600 likes. Get the likes. We should be at least 800 likes right now. We should be at least 800 likes. So here's the thing, right? Like I said, if he doesn't fight Manny Pacquiao, I'm not opposed to him fighting Manny Pacquiao. But if he don't fight Manny Pacquiao, and he don't fight Shawn Porter, Wiseman, what's going on? He won't be able to bounce back from it. Tudor or Math, what's going on? He has to fight Shawn Porter or Manny Pacquiao. If he doesn't fight Shawn Porter and Manny Pacquiao, and Errol Spence fights Ugas and gets that belt, y'all will never see Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Because at that point in time, Errol Spence is not going to continue to wait. Freddie Ranger, what's going on? Gregory Lee, what's going on? Clemon Brown, what's going on? Errol's Calvin Ringo, what's going on? He's not going to continue to wait. And in negotiations, Terence Crawford won't accept 60-40. And if he fights, Virgil Ortiz Jr. or I don't know. I don't even know who else is out there for him to fight. Trap Media, what's going on? Real Me C2, what's going on? Jimmy Ferguson, what's going on? He don't fight Shawn Porter or Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence beats Ugas and gets the belt. I can even accept him beating. Okay, Terrence. I can even accept him beating and fighting Ugas. If he fights and beats Ugas and gets the belt, okay, I'm cool with that. Amir Rogers, what's going on? Jeffrey Brooks, my brother in the Super Chat. He says, so it is true that Ugas is now asking for a 50-50 split to fight Spence. That's what I was hearing at one point in time. But I believe that he may have come to his senses and said, listen, okay. Pink B, Clown, what's going on with you, great brother? Salute to you in the Super Chat. Appreciate you. Southpaw Bossy Media, what's going on? Marcos Hatton, my brother said Atlanta in the building. What's going on? So if Keaton Najim, what's going on? If he fights and beats Ugas, I'm cool with that. Straight right, what's going on? If he fights and beats Ugas, I'm cool with that. If he fights and beats Manny Pacquiao, I'm cool with that. If he fights and beats Shawn Porter, I'm cool with that. If he doesn't fight one of the three, it's just not acceptable. GF Hipster, what's going on? Thomas Moreland, what's going on? Southpaw Bossy Media, what's going on? Leighton Landrum, what's going on? It's not acceptable to the fans. Broadway Hayes, what's going on? This you can't consider yourself to the math. What's going on? You can't. We can't say that he's the best pound for pound fighter in the world, and he's not fighting guys that the fans want to see. Timothy Dorsey, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. He said, "What's good, Blue? B Blue. It's no secret that I like Bud, but I like Spence as well, and I don't know who will win the fight. I believe he will beat Porter, and I believe it will be a great fight with Bud and Mello." Yeah, Terence Crawford's skills is off the charts. The Ken Dub 718, what's going on? His skill set is off the charts. Look at this. They pay to say these things. But look at this, right? He paid to say what I already said and thought that he was saying something. Wait, how do I address when I describe Terence Crawford, what do I say, people? So he took the time to take money out his pocket twice to say, "Hey, PB Blue, you're a clown. Crawford is pound for pound." Are you on the right channel? Are you in the right place? You took your time, your hard-earned money to say what I already said, and you thought that you were saying something that I didn't say or go against? You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this up. My brother Boss Conversation, Reggie Owens in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Boss Conversation, Reggie Owens. Reggie, drop that link. It doesn't matter who's saying it. It clearly, they don't listen. Matterall, Stark, and Winterfell, what's going on? So enough Peter, what's going on? Dante Gilbert, what's going on? You can't make this stuff up. Paul Brown, what's going on? So every time I speak of Terence Crawford, what do I refer to him as? What was I just saying before he sent the super chat? I just said it's going to be hard to consider yourself the best pound for pound fighter in the world anymore, if you don't fight these fights. And then you go and say, "Oh, Terence Crawford is the best pound for pound fighter in the world." You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, wow. You can't make this stuff up. And then they pay to say it. And then they pay to say it. So obviously, right? They don't listen. They never watch. Clearly. And you can't make this stuff up. Jay Miles, what's going on, great brother? My brother Super Chat. Blue, would he get credit for beating Thurman right now, or do you think he's what? I would give him credit for beating Keith Thurman. For sure. I'm giving him credit for beating Keith Thurman. For sure. And I wouldn't uppercuts Boston Nation. What's going on? Jay Miles, I wouldn't have no excuses coming from Keith Thurman. No, sir. Especially seeing as though Keith Thurman, he dismisses Terence Crawford every chance he get. So there's no way. If Terence Crawford fought and beat Keith Thurman, that's another fight. Jay Miles, I'm glad you mentioned that because that's a fight that I missed. If he fight Keith Thurman, I'm all for that as well. And Keith Thurman keeps dismissing him. Now, that's who's dismissing him. Right? That's who dismisses him. Keith Thurman always say, "Oh, he's too small. Oh, he's this. Oh, he need a belt. Oh, he need this. Oh, he need that." That's Keith Thurman. So he fights and beats Keith Thurman. I'm all for it. GF Hipster, my brother in the super chat. He said, "Ignore these guys." Oh, for sure, man. No, I like to address them. I address them on purpose, GF Hipster, because it just shows, right, that today's time with social media, the way it is, right, and it's instant gratification. Just add water, social media. People have they don't pay. All they hear is one thing. They don't pay no attention to nothing. And so he paid twice, as if he was actually saying something, or he or she, don't know which it is, because see, that's another thing we have in today's time. Use who you are. You see me every day. I'm not behind a fake account, and the image is some image that you made up and all that. No, or somebody else's image and all. No, I'm me. See, so if you truly who you are, right? Whomever you are, announce yourself who you are. Why go behind? If you truly stand on what you're square and you believe in what you're really saying, you believe in it, then you would show who you really are. You wouldn't stand behind an emoji that's not you, and a name that's not you. The Ken Dub 718, my brother in super chat, he said, "Blue, you think Bud fighting Pac-Man is more risk than reward?" No, I think it's an equal share. I think that Pacquiao is still a legend. Last time we saw him in the ring, he looked great against Keith Thurman. Uh, uh, you know, and he's going to get a huge reward for it. So I believe that it's equal. He's still a very, very challenging fight, and the reward for fighting and beating Pacquiao is massive. So I believe it's about equal. I don't think it's lopsided. Southpaw Boxing Media, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. Salute, Blue. Salute, chat. Ugas is tripping if he think he deserves a 50-50 split, man. He got elevated because Pacquiao was trying to cash out. He needs to get real, take it his 80-20, maybe 70-30, and be thankful. Oh, I think Errol Spence will give him 60-40. Or maybe 65-35, something of that nature. Something of that nature. I think Errol Spence, Errol Spence is, I mean, he's just not, right? He could be, if Errol Spence, and again, because people are just, they hear what they want to hear. If Errol Spence was, let's say this was Floyd Mayweather, he'd give you what he believes that you deserve. Plain and simple. If you don't want it, no fight. Big Theodore, what's going on? Sonic Lucas, what's going on? If you don't want it, okay, go about your business. Get the lights to 1K. We got 1,000 people here. 1,000 people here. We should have 1,000 likes. SG Pass, what's going on? Troy Back, what's going on? Signature Sounds, what's going on? We should have 1,000 likes. Big Gates, what's going on? Right? Errol Spence understands the magnitude of his fight with Terence Crawford. He understands what he worked for to get to the level of that fight being the biggest fight in boxing. And so Errol Spence saying 60-40, look at my pay-per-views, look at the numbers. And you beat me, they're going to have, listen, Theo Avant, what's going on? TR, what's going on? They are going to have multiple fights. Alfonso Corsi, what's going on? UNA said, what's going on? Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, Devon Sproul, what's going on? Going to have multiple fights. Shawn T, what's going on? Multiple fights. So, okay, I'm taking 60-40. This is your division. You have been ruling this division. See, he said that Keith Thurman was the man in the division. Romero Harris, what's going on? Michael Walker, what's going on? He said Keith Thurman was the man in the division when Keith Thurman had 2 belts and was undefeated after he beat Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter. So why Errol Spence is not the man in the division after he beat Kell Brook, Danny Garcia, Shawn Porter, Lamont Peterson, and Kell Brook in the UK? Why wouldn't he be the man when he's undefeated with 2 belts? And if he beat Ugas and have 3 belts, and this is the division that he's been campaigning in, well, why wouldn't he be the man? Because according to Terence Crawford, he said to be the man, you have to beat the man, and God's grace is going on. And the man was Keith Thurman, but Keith Thurman, he lost to Manny Pacquiao. He lost his WBC title to Inactivity. Then he lost to Manny Pacquiao. So you never got to beat Keith Thurman. So what happened? Errol Spence picked up where Keith Thurman left off. Boss man KD. King Zorozos, what's going on? Robert Easton Jr., what's going on? He picked up where Keith Thurman left off. Michael Doyle, what's going on? So doesn't that make Errol Spence the man now? J.R. Knox, what's going on? Okay, and to be the man, you have to beat the man, is what he said. Billy Bob, what's going on? So you beat the man, now you the A side. Now you say 60-40 my favor in the rematch. And depending upon how the fight plays out, you might stand to make more money in the rematch. Timothy Slaughter 86, my brother in Super Chat. Who has Terence Crawford beaten to be considered the pound for pound best? Number 1, Canelo. Number 2, Fury. Number 3, Spence. Number 4, AJ. 5, Crawford, based off their resumes. Well, the problem with that, great brother Timothy Slaughter, is that for one, heavyweights is never on the pound for pound list. The pound for pound list was created for guys under the heavyweight in smaller weight classes. Heavyweights are never on the pound for pound list. So you got to remove Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. When it comes to Canelo Alvarez, I love Canelo Alvarez, but who has Canelo Alvarez beat that were in their prime? Right? Now, obviously, we could say, well, Canelo Alvarez has a better resume than Terence Crawford. All right, well, Terence Crawford has never shown me a clear style that gives him trouble and that you could beat, because we saw Canelo Alvarez lose. And yeah, he's a 4-division Adam M. Jafari Caesar, what's going on? Okay, Kurt, I'm gonna send it in a second. We saw Canelo Alvarez lose. And we saw him have a draw. And we saw him in fights that were considered to be, Rex Shimon, what's going on? We saw him in fights that were considered to be controversial, meaning that the Erislandy Lara fight, people thought Lara won. Both Triple G fights, people thought Triple G won both those fights. So essentially, he should have 4 losses on his resume. Whenever he stepped up, he arguably lost. On cue, what's going on? He arguably lost whenever he stepped up in level of competition. Then, yes, he did beat Danny Jacobs. He did beat Sergey Kovalev. But both guys didn't look remotely close to what they normally look like. Neither guy. And then we saw him lose every single round to Floyd Mayweather. Now, granted, we understand that that's Floyd Mayweather. He's the best fighter in the world. But we saw him lose every single round to Floyd Mayweather. We've never seen Terence Crawford in that position. Never, ever. We may see them guys have some success against him. Well, Shane Mosley had success against Floyd. DeMarcus Chop Corley had success against Floyd. And, Emmanuel Augustus had success against Floyd. Miguel Cotto had success against Floyd. So, I mean, obviously, they're far better fighters than Igor Kavalaskis. But, you understand what I'm getting at, right? So, Terence Crawford has never lost. He's never in a fight where you could say, man, Terence Crawford really lost that fight. Never. So, and then I understand on the flip side, you could say, well, who's he fought to that level to give us that maybe that outcome? And that's understandable. But 2 heavyweights you got to remove, and Canelo, in my opinion, now that's yours. If you choose to have Canelo at number 1, I don't. I have Crawford at number 1. I have Errol Spence at 2, and I have Canelo at 3. And I'm going it based off of his, his skill set in the ring. Boss Red 357, my brother in Super Chat, he said, LOL, blue pink blood is Bernie and Bomac burner account with that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, just my Boss Red 357. Like, man, just come on, man. Just be like this is what you remember Boss Red 357. Remember when Kevin Durant did that? You fall, get up. What's going on? And then Kevin Durant just got Saray, what's going on? Kevin Durant was doing that, remember? And then Kevin Durant, he was like, you know what, man? They got me. I'm outed. I'm just going to beat Kevin Durant. Now he just goes on. He responds to people as Kevin Durant. Gourmet, everything. What's going on? So this is what I don't get. How do people come and they be like, man, you don't know this, or you don't do this, or you don't do that, or man, you don't know nothing about this. And they got so much to say. Just show who you really are. Why not? I'll send you the invite. Listen, if you Terence Crawford, Bernie was here. Bernie is welcome anytime he wants. I like Bernie. He's welcome anytime he wants. Bomac inboxes me on Facebook. Bomac is welcome anytime he wants. If they disagree with me, okay, come and tell me why I'm wrong. I don't have a what. You come and tell me, Blue, you're wrong here. You ain't know about this. This is wrong. That's wrong. I stand corrected. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I don't have a problem with that. Piedmont Rock, what's going on? TR, what's going on? TR said, don't kick me out. Kick you out. Rufus Simon, what's going on? I don't even know what you said, TR, for me to kick you out, great brother. David, the real Thomas, what's going on? Right, Dahlia? Listen, you're welcome. Come in and listen. You're wrong on this, wrong on that, wrong on this. One thing they can't say. Listen, like I tell you guys, Eddie Boone Jr., what's going on? Victor Torres, what's going on? Boston World Weekly, what's going on? Who am I kicking out? Samuel Greer, what's going on? MG Chavo, what's going on? Patrick Noble, what's going on? OG Shawn the Don, what's going on? Lyman Paulie, my brother, what's going on with you, Lyman? That's my brother right there, man. What's going on with you, Lyman? Oh, he said, oh, TR said, I'm joking. I'm about to say, TR, I don't know. You had me confused, right? But that's one thing. LeVar DeMos, what's going on, great brother? Moral Moss, what's going on? Michael Page, Clemon Brown, what's going on? So that's my thing, right? Tudor Math, what's going on? Just come and hey, listen. Bernie is welcome anytime he wants. Armin Acosta, what's going on? International Shorty, what's going on? Stephen Pope Coney, what's going on? Kareem Ebanks, my brother, what's going on? He's welcome anytime he wants, and so is Bernie. Oi, Jamaica, what's going on with your brethren? Wagwan, my brother, what's going on? Jafari Season, my brother, super chat. He said Bernie got a show with straight drones drinking. Man, I don't listen, and that's what I'm saying. Jafari Season, like when Bernie was here, Darren Collins Jr., Anwar Willis. It got to the point where I asked Bernie, then Bernie started asking me, well, I don't know. Why you think the fight ain't happening? I'm just asking. And remember, I said to Bernie, I think that Terence Crawford. Now, see, here's the thing. I said that I think Terence Crawford could beat Canelo. Oh, why did I say that? Even Bernie. He said, what did Bernie tell me, y'all? What did he say? Centino's boxing, what's going on? When I said I think Terence Crawford could beat Canelo Alvarez, what did Bernie say? Oh, no, Blue, I think you went too far. But I don't believe in his skills. I'm confused. Romel Lane, what's going on? I'm confused. I say that I think Terence Crawford could beat Canelo Alvarez. I think he has the skill set, the reach, the ability, the versatility. St. Louis Mick, what's going on? Kenny Simons, what's going on? I think he has the versatility. I think he has the athletic ability. He has the power to keep Canelo Alvarez honest. I think he has the range. He has the ring IQ. He has the foot speed. I think that he can beat him. Does he have to stay on his A game to beat him? Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure, he's going to have to stay on his A game to beat him. But I think he could do it. Sherman Callahan, what's going on? The Boston Hive TBH, what's going on? But I think he could do it. But then nobody mentions that, though. Right? Bernie himself said, oh, Blue, you went too far. You went too far. He can't. I don't know about that. My brother Keon, go subscribe to my brother Everything Boxing and Sports. My brother Keon in the building. Keon, drop that link, man. He said, I disagree. I don't see Bud beating Canelo at all. Well, I think he has the skill set. He has everything it takes to beat Canelo. Everything. The reach. He has a longer reach than Floyd Mayweather. Now, he can't fight like he fought Igis Kavalaskis or Jose Benavidez. But if he fights the way he fought Victor Post style and he fights discipline, and he's technically sound in that fight, oh, he could beat Canelo. Faster feet, faster hands, more versatile. He could give Canelo angles he never saw before. Keep in mind, people, let's not forget, Amir Khan was grossly outboxing Canelo Alvarez. He was winning every single round until the round he got caught and made a mistake. That's a mistake that Terence Crawford won't make. Keep in mind, Amir Khan, and he was doing it flat-footed, but his hand speed and his boxing ability was too much for Canelo. Canelo was confused. He ended up catching Amir Khan, but that's because Amir Khan, everybody catches Amir Khan. British Prescott, Danny Garcia, everybody catches Amir Khan. Guess what? We already saw this movie before. Floyd Mayweather outboxed him. He gave you the blueprint. Erislandy Lara was outboxing him. He gave you the blueprint. Amir Khan was outboxing him. He gave you the blueprint. He just got caught. If Amir Khan didn't get caught and fought a disciplined fight, he would have won every single round against Canelo Alvarez, people. And Terence Crawford is a better boxer than Amir Khan. It's just that you have to stay on your A game. Let me explain why. Canelo Alvarez is not a brawler. He's a thinking fighter with slow feet. So if you're thinking and you can outbox him with a high ring IQ, you can outbox Canelo Alvarez. Uppercuts Boxing Nation, my brother in Super Chat. What does your gut tell you that Crawford's next opponent will be? I instantly go to Manny Pacquiao. I just want to see the fight already. Christopher Myers, what's going on? Uppercut. I don't know why, but it always go to Manny Pacquiao. But there's a part of me that be like, that ain't gonna happen. But there's a part of me, maybe I'm wishing. Maybe I'm wishing. Because when the fight was first talked about, Terence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao, my only issue, Stephen Young, what's going on? Dre AJA, what's going on? My only issue with Terence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao is that Manny Pacquiao's been stringing him along for so long. I'm just tired of him continue to pursue it. That's my thing. My thing is, if you're going to pursue that fight, then why be done with Errol Spence so quick? Dav 316, my brother in Super Chat. To me, you can't be pound for pound if you vacate your title to avoid your mandatory. Just my opinion, I could be wrong. Yeah, but who avoided their title though? Who are you referring to, great brother? Block News Media, my brother, what's good in the Super Chat? Appreciate you, great brother. Showing me love, man. Antoine Hunter, what's going on? GF Hipster, my brother in Super Chat, he said we need a governing body in boxing, a dictator like Dana White to make fights happen, but with NBA-style contracts. I agree. I agree with you 1,000%. Darren Collins Jr., what's going on? Trevin McAllister, Jemson Andre, Tudor Math, what's going on? B. Wade, what's going on? Raymond J. Adam M., what's going on? Aristocat 12, what's going on with you? Jose Diaz, Jesse Coronado Jr., James, Stephen Libera, what's going on? Light, what's going on? What's going on with my great people, man? I agree with you. We do need a Dana White type of figurehead in the sport of boxing, man. Humble Wisdom, what's going on? Kashif Dixon, my brother Super Chat. Fight Canelo the same way he fought Prescott when he fought him short notice. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Kashif Dixon. Exactly. My brother Keon said, it's levels blue. Canelo has gotten way better, and Crawford ain't never been in the ring with top-level comp, let alone somebody like Canelo. Canelo's skill levels is... No, Canelo ain't get better, great brother. He ain't get better. I got to disagree with you. He didn't get better. He just got better at picking and choosing his opponents. We ain't see him in the ring. Big Texas Claytis, what's going on? We ain't see Canelo in the ring with a slick boxer. No, sir. And when he got in the ring with Triple G, he ain't get better. Nope. Both Triple G fights, the same guy. We've yet to see him fight. If he got better, fight Demetrius Andre and show me he got better. Cerebral Shadow Boxer, what's going on? That's gonna fight. That's gonna tell me if you got better. Fighting guys that like Kovalev, Caleb Smith, Anthony Yildirim, Rocky Fielding. Nah. Nope. Same dude. Fight Erislandy Lara. type style, a boxer, pure boxer that can move and utilize the ring and slick, and he beats that style with no controversy, then I'll tell you got better. And I ain't talking about Billy Joe Saunders. Anthony Rhodes, my brother in the super chat. Give him that work, Blue. Smash the like button, people. Yeah. We should have a K likes already. What are we doing? Wipe your feet before you come inside. He said Canelo got better. You trying to tell me he didn't get better from 22 to 30? No, he didn't. He didn't get better. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm going to give you an example why he didn't get better, great brother. Here's why. He fought Canelo Alvarez. He was 20. He fought Floyd Mayweather. He was 23. Right? When he was 24, 25, he fought Erislandy Lara. He arguably lost. Then he aged, right? And then he fought Triple G, right? He arguably lost. He struggled with Austin Trout. Then he fought Triple G twice. He arguably lost both of those fights. From the Triple G fights, who did he fight that possesses a style that's slick that can box? Nobody. He's got better, like I said. He got better at picking his opponents to keep him from looking like he didn't get better. He didn't get better. No, sir. He just got better at picking his opponents. Cerebral Shadowbox, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue. He said, just because. Salute to you, King. I appreciate you. Also, Ray Bay, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue. Appreciate you, King. He ain't get better. No, sir. No, sir. Felix 1800 and my brother in Super Chat. Appreciate you, King. No, sir. He didn't get better. Nope. He possessed the same skill set that he always had. Let's go to the videotape. I'm going to show you. And Terence Crawford has all the skill sets to beat Canelo. He's not a big guy. Canelo Alvarez is 5'7". Terence Crawford is taller and more rangy. Let's go to the videotape. He lost to Floyd Mayweather, right? Slick boxer. Then he fought in 24. He lost to Floyd Mayweather in 2013. Then in March of 2014, he fought Alfredo Angulo. He's going to stand right in front of you. Then at the end of 2014, he fought Erislandy Lara. He arguably lost. Right? So he was 24 years of age. He arguably lost. Okay. Then he fought James Kirkland. James Kirkland is not a slick fighter. He stands right in front of you. Then he fought Miguel Cotto, who is far past his prime, was a much smaller guy, and Miguel Cotto gave him trouble, but he won the fight. Miguel Cotto is not a slick boxer, though. Then he fought Miguel Cotto in 2015. Then in 2016, he fought Amir Khan. He lost every single round to Amir Khan up until the point where he caught. Now, he did set Amir Khan up for that punch, but that's not hard to do. We know Amir Khan gets ahead of himself. He puts himself in bad positions. He fought Amir Khan in 2016, a welterweight that came all the way up 2 weight classes and outboxed him every single round. What's going on, my brother Stormy B-Man? Go subscribe to Stormy B-Man. Tay Brown, peace of blessings, Queen. Amir Khan was outboxing him every single round. Gilbert Rodriguez Jr., what's going on? That was 3 years after losing to Floyd Mayweather. Who got timed out? Don't time out, you fall, you get up. True Down Mexican, what's going on? 3 years after losing to Floyd Mayweather, he arguably got outboxed by Amir Khan. Now, he caught Amir Khan, can't knock him. He got the win. He knocked Amir Khan out. But Amir Khan was knocked out how many times before that? That's not like, that wasn't a surprise. And Amir Khan came up from 147 to 160 to challenge him. So that wasn't a surprise, okay? Amir Khan was a much smaller guy, okay? After Amir Khan, who did he fight? Liam Smith. Why? Because those styles, those slick boxers give him trouble. Melvin Harris, Eli Zachary, what's going on? Antoine Minkins, what's going on? No, I'm not. Listen, man. Listen, just pay attention. Then after the Amir Khan fight, who did he fight? Liam Smith, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., right? Guys that stand right there in front of you. They're not slick boxers. They're not boxers. They're not pure boxers. They're not slick. They're standing right in front of you. They're flat-footed fighters. They're not going to give you no angles. They're not going to give you no movement. That's who he fought, Liam Smith and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. after Amir Khan. Then who did he fight? Gennady Golovkin twice in 2017. 2017, 2018. He arguably lost both of those fights. El Boogie, what's going on? I'm going to send it to him. He arguably lost both of those fights with Gennady Golovkin, right? Then what do? They go back to fights to make them look good. Rocky Fielding, another guy that's going to stay right in front of you. Rocky Fielding. What does Rocky Fielding bring to the table? Nothing. Nothing. Okay, then in 2019. So we 6 years in after the Floyd Mayweather fight. 6 years. Okay, when he fought Floyd Mayweather, he was 23. So now he's 29. 6 years in, he showed you nothing different. Boxing Gems, what's going on? Big Zay, what's going on? Vernon Green, what's going on? Corey Forrest, what's going on? Rufa Simon, what's going on? He showed you nothing. Neil Williams, Walter Cook, what's going on? He showed you absolutely no growth. Because when he did step up and styles that guys that are slick, that could give him problems, he arguably lost those fights. Okay, so now he fights Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs, okay, I give him credit for Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs didn't look nearly like he did. He lost he knocked the man Khan out, what, in the 6th round? The 5th round? How many rounds did he win? Maybe one? That's blue. 1 round? Amir Khan was grossly outboxing him. He was outboxing him. Amir Khan was outboxing him. Period. Let's say he lost. You say he lost the first 2 to 3 rounds. It only went five rounds. It only went 5 rounds, 6 rounds. Then he knocked him out. Kareem Ebanks, my brother in Super Chat. He said, "Sir, Kirk the link." Yeah, I'm gonna send it. Right? It only went 5, 6 rounds. Right? Hold on. Hold on. So so he fought Danny Jacobs, right? Danny Jacobs ain't look nothing like Danny Jacobs ain't look. He wasn't moving. He didn't look nothing like the guy that fought Triple G. He didn't look nothing like himself. He wasn't moving. He wasn't doing anything. But I'm giving him credit for fighting Danny Jacobs, right? Then he fought Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Kovalev looked like a shell of himself, and he came on my Instagram and said, I said, "Was this a phantom punch or not?" And he came on and said, "It wasn't real. Give me a rematch." Sergey Kovalev said it himself, right? That it didn't look. Sergey Kovalev, he looked timid. He didn't want to throw nothing. Okay, so he beat Sergey Kovalev. Then he beat Caleb Smith, Avni Udirum, and now he's fighting Billy Joe Saunders. Where was the improvement? 10-8 round, what's going on? Stephen Fobbs, what's going on? Where was the improvement? AMG 2, what's going on? What improvement? He didn't improve. He fought Avni Udirum, who threw a total of 15 punches. I'm just saying. Stomp, what's going on? He said he improved defensively. How? How would you know that? fight anybody that we know give him the issues. So how can we say he improved on defense? Did he improve on defense against Lara? No. Did he improve against Triple G on defense? No. Did he improve on defense against Amir Khan? No. Did he improve against defense on Floyd Mayweather? No. So where was the improvement at? Dwayne Freeman, what's going on? Sonya Dumas, peace and blessings, Queen. I thought he won the Triple G first fight, right? And the second fight. But did he improve? No. Just because he won the fight don't mean he improved. I don't think that high of Triple G. He's a good fighter, but Triple G is very basic. We saw Kell Brook giving Triple G all types of problems. Like, what are we talking about here? Put him in the ring with somebody that's slick and could box, and then tell me he improved. Until then, he didn't improve anything. He didn't improve anything. Idris Mateen, my brother in the super chat. Canelo pound for pound is like a blonde hair, blue-eyed. Man, it just is what it is, man. Idris Mateen, my brother in the super chat, appreciate you. I'm just saying, there's no improvement. He's the same guy. He's just fighting he's fighting opposition that favors his style. My brother Kurt Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar, a.k.a. the historian, a.k.a. my brother, my co-host. What's goody with you, Kurt?
Oh, man, not much, man. Blue Blood Sports TV. What's going on? What's up, chat? What's up, everybody in the chat? What's going on with you guys?
Man, Kurt, you sound 10 times better now.
Man, that cold is just, I'm like 95%. It feels good. Health is wealth. You know, we concentrate on making money and bettering ourselves, but we kind of forget about our health, man. Man, I feel great.
Yeah, man, that's oh man. That when you coming through, man, that feels great, man. You can feel it leaving your body.
Absolutely. I'm gonna change my diet too, man, because I'm a meat eater, and I think I'm gonna go strictly salads and I drink a lot of water. I'm gonna drink even more, so that usually helps, man. But we're back talking about this boxing.
Yes, sir. Like my brother Keon said, there you go talking that boxing again. Big Dose 513, my brother in super chat. I missed it, Blue. Porter at lock now. And did Crawford actually say he won Jermell after 154 undisputed unification? Salute, appreciate you, big homie. This was according to Bomac. He was saying that Shawn Porter is definitely an option. You know, he'll be the focal point if they can't get Pacquiao, so on and such. You know, it seems like Pacquiao's leaning into a different direction. And then he did say that, you know, they wanted to go up to 54. Terence Crawford did say that, and now Bomac is reiterating they could possibly go up to 154 and become a world champion. And, you know, I mean, it's just to become a world champion, you're going to have to go through Jermell Charlo. So, I mean, it's just all you got to do is it's processed by elimination. You can't become a world champion at 54 if you don't go through Jermell Charlo, because he's going to fight Castano and he's going to beat Castano. So, if to become a champion at 54, you're going to have to fight Jermell Charlo. Unless he planning on exiting the division. Southpaw Boxing Media, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the Super Chat. He said when Canelo fights boxers with fast hands and feet, he always has problems. He only looks slick and defensively superior with fighters that have slow hand and feet, plain and simple. That's a fact. Right, so we can't say that he's improved. No, he didn't improve. He just improved on the opponent of choice. Every time he fights an opponent and the opponent has success on him, it's the proof is in the pudding. You look at the record, right? From Floyd Mayweather, he struggled. He lost to Floyd Mayweather. He struggled with him. Who did he fight next? Alfredo Angulo, a guy that he's going to look great against. He's standing right in front of him. Then after Angulo, he fights Lara. He looked bad in the fight with Lara. We thought that he lost the fight. Kurt even thought that he lost the fight against Lara. So who did he fight after Lara? Another guy that's going to stand right there in front of him. James Kirkland. Then he fights Miguel Cotto, who was far past his prime, smaller, clearly the smaller guy. But even Miguel Cotto gave him some trouble in the fight with the little bit of movement he gave him. Then what did he do? He fight Amir Khan. Amir Khan arguably won all the rounds leading up into the knockout. Now, he did set him up, like Kurt always say. He set him up for that punch, no doubt. But it's not hard to set Amir Khan up because everybody does that. So he set up a guy that came up from 147 to 160 to challenge him, and he was getting outboxed in the fight. If Amir Khan was disciplined in that fight, defensively disciplined, as we know now, that's asking a lot because Amir Khan just don't do that. But if Amir Khan was disciplined, he could have won that fight running away. If he would have saw what was coming, he could have won the fight running away, but he couldn't. Lara saw it. Floyd saw it, right? Their ring IQ, and this is no slight to Amir Khan, but their ring IQ is just higher than Amir Khan, right? So Amir Khan didn't see it. He got knocked out, but he was getting outboxed. Then who did he fight? Liam Smith and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Two guys that he's going to look great against. Then who did he fight? Gennady Golovkin, a fight he did not want. He had to be pushed into these Gennady Golovkin fights. He did not want these fights. That's why his relationship became strained with the WBC. He didn't want these fights. And guess what? He didn't look his best in either of those fights. Where, like I said, Kurt thought that Gennady Golovkin won the fights. I thought that he won both. I thought he eked it out. But did he look great and show leaps and bounds improvements since the Floyd Mayweather fight 5 years earlier? No. He didn't show no improvement. He just showed what we saw holes in Gennady Golovkin game against Kell Brook. Right? After Kell Brook, right? Kell Brook showed us, didn't he, Kurt, that Gennady Golovkin had flaws in his game.
Absolutely.
When Kell Brook moved up, he showed Gennady Golovkin had flaws in his game. Canelo was a stronger guy than Kell Brook. I thought he won the fight. But Kurt thought he lost. So, okay, either which way, you could argue one way or another. So how much improvement did he show? No, he didn't. Then after Gennady Golovkin, both those fights, right? And then, let's not forget, then in between that, he tested positive for clenbuterol, allegedly. Or no, he did, right, Kurt? But they said it was this or meat or whatever, right? Then he fights Rocky Fielding. What improvement is that? Danny Jacobs looked like he ain't come. Listen, Danny Jacobs looked just like he looked when he fought Gabe Rosado against Canelo. He was hesitant. He wasn't throwing no punches. What improvement did he show? Money Brown TV, my brother Money, what's going on? Go subscribe to Money Brown TV. Then he subscribed. Then he fought Sergey Kovalev. What improvement did he show against Sergey Kovalev? None. Sergey Kovalev, once again, another guy looked like he didn't come to fight. Then we down to Caleb Smith. So his last three fights, Caleb Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Avni Yildirim, and Danny Jacobs. All four of them look like they ain't come to fight. But we'll say, what we're going to say is it was what Canelo did. He nullified. He ain't nullified nothing. They wasn't throwing no punches. They didn't come to win. Avni Yildirim threw 15 punches, people. 15. Caleb Smith holds the record for super middleweights, jabs thrown and landed. He got out jabbed and out thrown half. Canelo doubled him in jabs thrown. And he has almost a 10-inch arm reach advantage and a 7-inch height advantage. He didn't show any improvement. Now he's going to fight Billy Joe Saunders. Am I wrong, Kurt?
No, you pretty much hit it on the head. See, people saying that Canelo got better. He got more seasoned and experienced. It's different than getting better because you throw him in with a certain style, then the flaws will show up. You put him in with a guy that can box and that can think. See, it's easy when you fight a guy where the only thing you have to do is fight. but it's much harder when you have to fight a guy that makes you think and you fight at the same time. Now look at this. The three fighters recently in the past that
Kurt,
all
hold on one second, Kurt. Let me get this super
yes.
chat before I miss it. Corn Stevens in the super chat dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said slow feet. He and with decent upper body defense, the ginger don't want the fights. He's clearly boxing for more wealth and retirement. Smart man. Yeah. Doggy Pup, my brother in the super chat. Appreciate you, great brother. Yeah, man. He he picks and chooses. Go ahead, Kurt. Sorry about that, Kurt.
No, that's all right. See, the thing is, we had three fighters that retired undefeated: Joe Calzaghe, Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward. What they have in common? All three of them are master boxers. When you fight them, you have to think. When you fight them, you just can't go in there with reckless abandon because they will make you look silly. You know, they all have great defense. Their defense responsible, and this is the difference of the sweet science in boxing. You can split the two because you can have a guy like George Foreman who goes in there and his whole mentality is knockout, and it's not a mistake or a coincidence that he lost to a scientific fighter where he was 40-0 with 37 knockouts in 74 against Muhammad Ali. You know, you think of guys like Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Mike Tyson, Sonny Liston, Roberto Duran, Felix Trinidad, Ernie Shavers. Those guys, Blue and Chat, when you stand in front of them, they're like indestructible. They will mow you down. They will cut you down like dry weeds. But all of those guys I mentioned has lost to scientific fighters. Trinidad lost to Hopkins, Roy Jones, and Winky Wright. Chavez barely beat Mildred Taylor. He lost to Frankie Randall, and he was embarrassed by Pernell Whitaker. Mike Tyson lost to Evander Holyfield and Buster Douglas, and so on and so on. This is the sweet science part of boxing. Floyd says the trick of beating him, where he beat his opponents, and he said this, I never fought in the rhythm. I fought off rhythm. And I know what he meant, because when you look at him, Floyd could fight 5 or 6 different styles in one round, let alone the fight. He changed up his rhythm against Canelo. He was moving left, moving right, backwards, and then he'd stand in the pocket, then he'd move. This is the sweet science of boxing. Now, Canelo is very good, just like the other fighters I mentioned, when you stand in front of him, like James Kirkland. Didn't Canelo look like a world beater that night because he had the right opponent? You know, Yildirim or Angulo, who he punished. He looks great. But against Mayweather and Khan and Lara, he looks very pedestrian. And Canelo is a good fighter, but against what style? That's the point. A great fighter can look good against any style. That's why I say Crawford is number 1 pound for pound. We seen Canelo lose by a lot against Floyd, and then they say, well, he was young. Well, Benitez won the title at the age of 17 in high school. Canelo was 23, had over 40 fights. How many fights you want him to have before you make excuses? You know, so that's an excuse. And I always wanted to see Canelo and Golovkin because both of them, you know what they have in common, Blue and Chat? When they stepped up and fight good fighters, they look very pedestrian. Golovkin, when he fought Danny Jacobs. You see, this is why I don't like Danny Jacobs, because I like Danny Jacobs as a fighter, but he could be even better. You know, he's supposed to win that fight going away if he would have, fought with a more of aggressive manner. They don't look good when they fight top-notch competition. Canelo's going to look good when he fight the Kovalevs and the Yildrims and the Rocky Fieldings of the world. He's going to look dynamite. They're knockout waiting to happen. But when he fight a certain style, like Billy Joe Sanders is a good boxer, but I'm not sure does he have the mental toughness or the intestinal fortitude for 12 rounds to beat the Canelo Alvarez. If he brings that, then the fight will be very, very interesting because he has the style. Canelo is just in a division where guys are flat-footed. Like I said, it's a culture thing. When I was in the gyms and the fighters from the inner city and United States, Detroit, New York, Philadelphia, we were taught Blue and Chat. We were taught footwork. The coaches wanted to see how good you moved around the ring. And how ironic, I was watching Muhammad Ali this morning fighting Cleveland Williams because he was gliding across the ring because of his footwork. And like we used to say in Lenny Shaw Boxing Gym in Total One, New Jersey in the 80s, a fighter without footwork is like a blind man without a cane. You ever see a blind man without his cane?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a fighter without footwork. That is the X factor, ladies and gentlemen. When a guy has exquisite footwork, and you can look at all the great fighters from the past, when they had it, they were like deemed special. And that's part of the sweet science too. But what makes boxing great, you have different styles. And sluggers, when you stand in front of them, they could look almost like superhuman. Like George Foreman was pulverizing everybody. And we love knockouts. We love the Mike Tyson. We love Virgil Ortiz. He got heavy hands and what he did to Hooker. But already what I'm seeing for Ortiz is his footwork. That's what I look for. That's what I look for. It's footwork, not punching power or not hand speed. So, I just wanted, I just had to break that down. But footwork is everything in boxing, just like what Bernard Hopkins said to Kelly Pavlik. If anybody remember, you can go back and look at it when he said, I'm going to teach you how to fight, like certain fighter, bend your knees. It's a culture thing. That's what he told Kelly Pavlik in his corner after the fight.
Mm-hmm. Like Rocky 3, Kurt.
Exactly, Blue. Exactly.
Troy Battle, brother in the super chat. He said Canelo barely edged out Trout. Yeah. Hey, Wavy 09, what's good? Exactly.
And there's a caveat to that fight.
Yeah, and that fight, remember, once they had the open scoring, Trout got started getting sloppy because he said that he felt that he had to go for it. He realized he was down on every single scorecard. Every judge had him down. In a fight that was, at that point in time, should have been at least a draw, Canelo up around. But down, they had him down big. Jacob Morton, my brother in Super Chat, that's Bud. His fight game changed throughout the fight. Exactly.
I have to disagree with Al Rose. He said footwork don't win fights. Footwork can win fights, championships, career, everything. Look at all the great fighters, Al Rose, and you tell me that, footwork don't win fights. Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather, go on and on, Muhammad Ali in their prime.
Larry Holmes.
The way they can move and get out of trouble. You see, footwork can dazzle your opponent to the point of frustration. That's why Roberto Duran quit against Sugar Ray Leonard in New Orleans. He just couldn't keep up with Ray because of the footwork. The footwork is everything. It's the X factor.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Larry Holmes' footwork and his jab, Kurt.
Exactly.
BP man, boxer fan Caleb, what's going on, great brother in Super Chat? I don't understand. Bud moves. Jermell gives him same smoke as Spence. Salute to you, Kurt, and salute to you and Kurt. Yeah, man. Him going up to fight Jermell Charlo. That's a tough fight, man.
That's a hard fight for Bud, man.
That's a tough fight, man. Chappelle Show 56, my brother in the Super Chat. Appreciate you, great brother. Versatile TV, my brother. What's going on? Yeah, man. So I'm hoping that he gets this. I want him to land the Pacquiao fight. Just get it over with. Zane Kiro, what's going on? I want to see him fight Pacquiao and get it over with. If not, Sean Porter fight. But they, one day they say this, the next day they say that. Mr. G, what's going on? You know what I mean, Kurt? But let me ask you this, Kurt. Speaking of footwork, Jaron Ennis, he said they better not give him an opportunity. If he gets a belt, he said if I get one belt, that means I'm gonna get them all. So they better not give me the opportunity. What you think about that, Kurt?
I think he's right. This guy is different. I'll be shocked if he doesn't have a great career, man. He has everything. The only thing I'm looking for is intangibles. What happens when he get caught, when he gets cut, if he gets knocked down, how he's going to react. Those are intangibles. A fighter must have that. He can't have mental lapses like Amir Khan, but I don't get that from him. I really don't. He's sharp. He's a sharp thinker. He has natural skills. And if he has all the intangibles to go with those natural skills, then he's going to be a handful because he's the only fighter that can match rhythmic and perpetual motion with skills against Spence and Crawford. They will be probably behind him. They're skilled, they're naturally skilled, but Ennis is more of an explosive fighter, and we have to see when he steps up and when he begins to box because he's aggressive because he's fighting lower tier competition. But once he start boxing from the outside, it's going to be curtains for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Jay Cooley, my brother in Super Chat, he said, it's not realistic, Bud versus Charlo. LOL, Bud Venny. Now, I want to see it, man. I want to see it, man. I want to see it. Listen, Kurt, people forget. Marvin Hagler was a middleweight. Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, and Duran. Duran came up from 135, Kurt.
That's true. That's true.
Came from 135. I want to see it. Shatako Smith, my brother in Super Chat, appreciate you. So yeah, he may be slightly frustrated at this point in time, but I want to see it. Why not? They went up. The four kings, they went up, right, Kurt? They went up. They fought, Marvin Hagler. All of them fought Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler never left the middleweight division, Kurt.
Because he was always in shape. Marvin Hagler used to come in at 157. He could have made junior middleweight. He was only 3 pounds off, but because he was in so much dog shape, he didn't have to move up, even though his body filled out. He was just, he had muscles on top of muscles. He was just a lean, mean fighting machine. He didn't have to move up because he maintained his weight in between fights.
Yeah, and that's my thing, right? We talk about Hagler, Leonard, Duran, and Hearns, right, Kurt? As if he was in their weight class. They came up to him. They came up to him. They fought their careers in lower weight classes and then came up to him. He didn't go down to them and he didn't go up to them. He stayed where he was at. Yep. It's just that he was the guy that he was like, oh, we want to see if they got the frames to do it, move up and fight. Marvin Hagler was daring to be great, Kurt. That's what that was. Duran, like we said, Kurt, Duran started at 135, Kurt.
135, then moved up because he wanted to fight Sugar Ray Leonard. He did have a couple of fights at 140 and 76. He's supposed to have fought Benitez in 78, but it was over money and weight. And then he hated Leonard. He wanted Leonard really bad. That's why he took the money and wound up beating Leonard. But he was a lightweight that moved up.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying, Kurt. We always mention the four of them, but we don't put in there that's not where they fought at. The three of them came up in weight. And Duran was only, Kurt, get this, Kurt. Duran is the same size as Manny Pacquiao.
Duran was a great fighter, man. He a special fighter. Some people say he was the best Latino fighter of all time. I can't argue with him. I know how small Duran is because I stood right by him when he ate his favorite meal seemed like a big Fred Flintstone steak with a half gallon of orange juice. He used to down it like it was no problem at Victor's Cafe in Manhattan. He used to go there after the fights.
Yeah, Kurt. So Duran is 5'7" with a 66-inch arm reach. 5'7". Manny Pacquiao is 5'6" with a 67-inch arm reach. So Manny Pacquiao has longer arms than Roberto Duran. And Duran is only an inch taller than Manny Pacquiao. And Marvin Hagler is 5'10" with a 75-inch arm reach.
And that's exaggerating because they say he 5'10", but he was smaller than that.
Yeah, I mean, Marvin Hagler. Yeah, he was about 5'9".
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying. Block News Media, my brother in the super chat, dropping that $500 on us in the super chat. Appreciate you, great brother. Block News Media. So why can't they move up?
Challenge yourself. Many fighters have moved up over the years. You know, everybody, multiple weight classes. Look at Roy Jones and Manny Pacquiao. They all moved up. Tommy Hearns all moved up. They all moved up and was successful. When people say, "Oh, that's not a real weight class," wherever you come in at and you tip the scales, that's what you are. And if you don't win, that's because you're not good enough. But you know, those guys were special, so they was able to do it.
No, Stormy B-Man said Hagler was about 5'8". No, he wasn't. Yeah, he was taller than that, bro. Floyd is 5'8", and I've seen Hagler at a few places. You know, he's not 5'8".
He's about 5'9".
Yeah, he's about 5'9", maybe a little bit over 5'9", because I'm not that much taller than him, and I'm 5'10". He wasn't 5'8". Floyd is 5'8", and I'm clearly taller than Floyd. And Canelo is 5'8", 5'7", 5'8", and I'm taller than Canelo. But Floyd is taller than Canelo. But Marvin Hagler he's about the same size as Errol Spence. He's about the same size as Errol Spence.
People think Spence is huge for some reason, right?
I don't know why. The narrative, Kurt, because of his physique. The narrative just run rampant, like Hagler, Kurt. It's their physiques. I guess because they got that muscular physique, it just automatically make you think that they bigger than what they are. They're not that big, man. They're muscular, but they're not that big.
Yeah, Leonard and Robinson and Hearns, they were big welterweights.
Yeah. Yeah, they were big welterweights. And that's the thing, right, Kurt? Because Sugar Ray Leonard is like, I can't tell if he's taller than Hagler or he's just more rangy. It's his frame.
He's a little taller than Hagler.
Yeah.
Hagler just, it's kind of funny with Hagler because you would think he's taller because he's muscular.
Right. And that's what I couldn't tell because when I stand next to Sugar Ray, and not to mention, I'm standing next to them as they aged. You know what I mean? So that could play a factor in it too, right, Kurt? But you know, Sugar Ray Leonard is like wiry, like Terence Crawford. You know, so you can't really you can't really gauge if he's, you know what I mean, because his arms and stuff is so long and he's so rangy. It makes him look taller than what he actually is. Like, you know, Terence Crawford hands are huge, Kurt. His hands are huge, man. Trevor Franklin, my brother in Super Chat. Bud moves backwards sometimes. Why not fight Teixeira when he called Bud out instead of Brook? If this is your route, I still want to see it. Man, Teixeira, man. Because he wouldn't have got no credit fighting Teixeira. None. Taylor for Wealth, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue and Kurt in the Super Chat. Crawford is bound to lose if he underestimates Sean P. Crawford is not used to being in the ring with upper echelon fighters. Knockout's not going to happen like his last 5 fights. It was actually his last 6 fights because he knocked out in Julius Ndongo, Jeff Horn, Jose Benavidez, Amir Khan, Igis Kavalaskis, and Kell Brook. So it's actually his last 6 fights. But yeah, no, it's going to be a complete different type of fight with Sean Porter, man. And Sean Porter motivated on top of it. Back P-Man, boxing fan, Caleb, my brother in the Super Chat. Why is Boots too young if he's special? Ali was 21. Iron Mike was young when he got the first belt, early 20. If he knocked out Lipinets, he ready. What you think about that, Kurt?
Yeah, well, tell the fighter to stop ducking him. You know what he has to go through to get a fight. I'm surprised Sergey Lipinets is taking a fight, which I'm happy he is. It's a good step-up fight that proves that Jaron wanted to fight guys. 10 to 15 fighters turn him down. They have to go down a list. Every fight he has to go through this. If he knocks out Lipinets or dominates him in dramatic fashion, you think people going to be clamoring to fight him? You know, so he has to ask these guys to fight, and most of them say no. So if he does dominate Lipinets, I want to see who's going to get in the ring with him. I want to see him tested. No, I think he's ready. If he beats Lipinets, then fight a top 5 fighter, because Lipinets is a really good step-up fight. So, and he had like 26 fights already. So, hey, I'm just like a trainer. Certain trainers will throw their fighter in the water to see if they're going to sink or swim. And they should do that with Jaron. The training wheel's been off. They just can't get fights. So I'm glad Lipinets has stepped up and decided to fight him.
He even said that he was surprised Lipinets took the fight. That's unfortunate. Twin D, my brother in the Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue and Kurt in the Super Chat. Evening, fellas. Just stopping by to pay my respects. Salute to you, great brother. Appreciate you 1,000%. E. Flynn, my brother in the Super Chat. We won't see the best of Bud until the competition becomes more reputable. Porter, Thurman, Pack, etc. I agree. It's going to play out one or two ways. We either going to see him rise to the occasion, or he ain't. Thank you. He either going to rise to the occasion, or he not. I think he going to rise to the occasion. Yeah, that's what he said, Kurt. He said he said he was surprised that Lipinets took the fight.
Yeah, me too. When it was first mentioned, I was like, Lipinets. I said, man, I hope it's true. That's a good fight. So, hey, I'm happy. I want to see how he look. If he blows out Lipinets, then the sky's the limit. I just want to see him, fight a Josecito Lopez or who else? Or Vargas, Jesse Vargas, somebody like that next. If I had it my way, I'd throw him in the ring with Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah, I would too. Sergey Lipinets was in trouble on Saturday, Kurt.
I just had that feeling. I think this is Jaron Ennis coming out party. I really do. I think he's going to make a statement.
Kurt, Jaron Ennis, everything he brings to the ring, right? Dr. D, what's going on? Race TMH, what's going on? Everything he brings to the ring, and we're talking about his athletic ability, his skill set, his boxing ability, right? On top of that, Kurt, he has a 3-inch height advantage and a 7-inch arm reach advantage.
And he's quick and punch placement and he has it all. Like I said, if he couple that with intangibles, then the sky's the limit, man. I just want to see, and Sergey Lipinets is a proven fighter. He fought well against Mikey Garcia, just couldn't get over the hump. But if he go in there and just blows him out, then I'm like, man, next.
Mm-hmm. I want to see what's dude name? Man, I keep forgetting this guy's name, man. Tall kid, man. Why I keep forgetting this name? Out of sight, out of mind, I guess. Tall, rangy kid, Kurt.
Jamal James.
There you go. I want to see Jaron Ennis and Jamal James fight.
I will move a young fighter to fight different styles. Lipinets is one. Jamal James would be a really good fight because he's a boxer that likes to fight on the outside. And then I will have him fight Lopez or Jesse Vargas. Mix it up. I like to see young guys fight different styles. That's how you really improve. So I haven't heard anything about Jamal James. So I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, he has a 7-inch. Sergey Lipinets is at 5'7" with a 67-inch arm reach. Jaron Ennis is 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach.
Yeah, because he was gonna knock out Van Herden. Van Herden did that on purpose. That butt was on purpose. And I looked at that fight in slow motion. I said, yeah, that was his way of getting out the fight because Ennis was being aggressive. He was in the face of Herden, man. And he was getting ready to pour it on, and Herden just ran into him. So I said, yeah, he was getting ready to get knocked out. He knew it. I seen his face and his body language.
Money Brown TV, brother Money, he said Jamal James has the WBA regular title, Blue. I ain't even know that.
Mm-hmm. But it's been quiet. He's been like really quiet.
So he got elevated after Ugas got elevated?
I think he had to be. No, it had to be because who did he beat? Yeah, he beat. I forgot who he beat. That's the last time I seen him. He beat Diego Chavez. That was surprising when he beat him because I thought Chavez was going to beat him, but he beat Chavez. But Jamal James is the type of guy you want to see a young fighter in because he's going to box you. He's going to move. He's going to try to frustrate you and win on points and jab you into submission. I would love to see Ennis fight him. He's tall and rangy.
Mm-hmm. L-Dub Boxing, my brother Lawrence Williams. Go subscribe to my brother Lawrence Williams. He said, Kurt, Jamal James is fighting Raz Budaev. Next fight announcement coming.
Good looking on that, Lawrence, because I haven't heard anything about him. Good, yeah. Because I forgot all about him since you mentioned him.
Yeah,
and I want to see him. I want, but I'm interested in Ennis because I think he's the man. But I seen can't miss prospects miss before. So in boxing, that sounds hot. What we talking about? But one good right hand or left hook on Ennis' chin can change all that. But we have to see it. But the dude, his reflexes is sharp. He rolls with punches and he throws power punches. I mean, he could box, but we haven't seen that because he's being aggressive. That's why he has 24 knockouts and 26 fights. Now, once he step up in competition, then he's going to start boxing more. And that's where the problem's going to come in for a lot of, because you got to reach him.
Jamal James is tall, man.
Mm-hmm.
6'2".
Yep.
But his reach is only 70. Ennis actually have a 4-inch arm reach advantage over him.
Yeah, that's weird how you could be tall and not have a very short reach, and then somebody short like Dwight Muhammad Qawi could be short and have a long reach.
Mm-hmm. Like Floyd Mayweather. Abnormal arm reach. Terence Crawford. Machiavelli Mafia brother in the super chat dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said, salute brothers. These champs today talk about people ducking, but how can you be a champ if you never defend against a young, hungry dude like Jaron? They become champ, and when challenged, and when's challenge come they run. Oh, he said they become champ And when challenges come, they run. Yeah, man. I would love to see them get. It's just that they're in a position. Machiavelli Mafia. You know what happens? They put themselves in a position to have the big fights with each other. Smooth JT, my brother. Salute. Francione Arcelius, what's going on? They put themselves so the biggest fight is ABM Boston. What's going on? The biggest fight is Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. And since he's new, he's young, you know what I mean? He gets bypassed. E2G Performance, my brother in Super Chat. If Bub threw 1K punches like Spence did versus Mikey would have been stopped. Yeah, styles make fights. People always say that, but styles make fights. So it doesn't matter, right? Look how Miguel Cotto was stopped by Manny Pacquiao, and look how Miguel Cotto fight with Floyd Mayweather went. But when you put them in the ring with each other, it didn't matter, right? So go ahead, Kurt.
Now, if you beat a guy 12 rounds to 0, ain't much you can say or do, man. I mean, Mikey didn't want to get knocked out. He was trying to pair punches, and he was covering up. He was making himself small, and all Spence had to do was put the jab on him and throw combinations. He did what he had to do to win. It was a very dominating performance, so you can't really criticize Spence. And people was trying to come at Spence, oh, he ain't knock him out. Well, you don't have to knock a guy out. The referee tells you beginning of the fight schedule for 12 rounds. Anything else is a bonus. If you get the guy out of there in 6 or 7, then you get him out of there. But you dominate a fight. Like Pernell Whitaker once said, when you knock the guy out, a guy can't convince himself that it was a fluke. But when you dominate a guy for 12 rounds and outbox him and outclass him, he'll lose confidence. He can't convince himself that it was a fluke because it was the whole way through. It makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Only the Funk, my brother in the Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the Super Chat. He said, peace, my brothers. Going to start a hip-hop dance class for boxers without footwork. I feel Bud can be successful again. I feel like Bud can be successful against Charlo. What's your favorite Larry Holmes fight? Oh, all of them. Except the ones he lost. Larry Holmes is my favorite heavyweight of all time. Everyone he lost everyone he won is my favorite. Everyone he lost is the ones I ain't like. Contender Regime Boxing, my brother, what's good? Go subscribe to my brother's Contender Regime Boxing. Hey, Contender Regime, drop the link so people can subscribe to your channel. Man, Thomas Delorme, Jamal James, he beat him in August, Kurt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the last fight I seen. Matter of fact, don't we got a boxing card tomorrow? I believe we do.
So. Yeah, I believe
in
so.
Ring City. Yeah.
But what's your favorite Larry Holmes fight, Kurt?
It might have been the Tim Witherspoon fight because of the build-up. It was a real grudge match. They hated each other. Tim Witherspoon, a week before the fight, was in Larry Holmes' hotel, and Larry Holmes told the manager to remove Tim Witherspoon and his people, get him off my floor. And they had Witherspoon and his camp had to move, and they hated each other, and he had Larry Holmes out in the 9th round. Larry Holmes was out on his feet, eyes swollen shut.
I was nervous, Kurt. Nervous purpose.
I don't see how Larry Holmes survived that, man. I really don't. That the Ronaldo Snipes fight, the Carter Truth Williams fight, it was a lot of them, man. Larry Holmes was a great fighter, man.
Man, Kurt, I love Sweet Science. You know what I mean? And his boxing ability, his jab, I was too young. Thank you. Thank you, Kurt. I was too young to catch the full capacity of Muhammad Ali, right? But Larry Holmes, Kurt, his jab, that jab, man, I love that. I play video games, Kurt, boxing games, man. The jab, that's my thing, man. Jab, jab, jab. Larry Holmes' jab, man, just boom, boom. It was so fluid. It was so smooth. Man, I loved it, man. The Eastern Assassin, man.
Remember, he fought a guy by the name of Ozzy Ocasio. He knocked him out with jabs.
With jabs.
Jabs alone, he knocked him out with jab. It was beautiful too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. E. Flint, brother, in the super chat, he said Jaron Ennis is the litmus test for the welterweight division. Hands down, a real problem, Blue. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. I believe it. Oh, L Dub said they canceled it, Kurt. The fights.
Oh boy.
He said Charles Conwell hurt his hand. The next Ring City card, April 22nd. American heavyweight Stephen Shaw versus Jermaine Franklin.
Oh man, good looking out, Lawrence, on that, man. Lawrence like a bulletin board, but I was looking forward to it, But anyway, we got Saturday, so
yeah.
I was looking forward to it.
Dr. Pablo Sled, brother in the super chat. He said, best jab ever, Larry Holmes or Tommy Hearns? Oh, man.
Larry Holmes, but Tommy Hearns' jab knocked Sugar Ray Leonard into retirement. It was piston. Like, don't forget Sonny Liston and Joe Lewis. Sonny Liston had a pulverizing jab, but Tommy Hearns' jab was so quick, Ray couldn't do nothing with it.
Mm-hmm. I think Larry Holmes' jab was better. Just so fluid, man. Tommy Hearns, I believe his jab was harder, right, Kurt? It was more of a power punch for him.
Larry having a quick, hard jab, and it was repetitive, man. Like I said, he got Ozzy Ocasio out of there with jabs alone, knocked him out with jabs. Jabs.
Mm-hmm. Remember Deontay Wilder knocked out Chris Arreola with that jab?
Yep.
Jab is a beautiful thing, man.
Sure is. It sets up the power punches, man, and a left jab can do a lot of damage, man.
Yeah, it allows you to hide your right hand, Kurt. That's why you always say you wish Deontay Wilder used it more often.
He would have been by far the best dominant heavyweight at this era if he could have did that. That's what Tommy Hearns did, that because of Emmanuel Stewart, because Tommy Hearns only had 7 knockouts as an amateur, and when he got in the pros, Emmanuel Stewart perfected the right hand, but people knew it, so he developed the left hook to the body. That's how he got James Schuler out of there. James Schuler was a very underrated fighter, NABF middleweight champion, and Hearns got him out of there in a minute and a half. Hearns was the best knockout artist because he can hide his right hand, and he had other punches to set up his vaunted right hand.
Mm-hmm. Chili Chills, brother in super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He says, salute Blue and Kurt. Who do you think wins a future super fight between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson? Right now, I got to say Devin Haney. I think Chili Chills asked us this already, but I'm going Devin Haney because he's just more rangy. He has a longer arm reach, 72-inch arm reach. His feet are faster. Shakur sits down on more his punches. He's very slick. It's going to be a very, very close fight, but I'm edging it for Devin Haney, though. What you say, Kurt?
Yeah, his feet are faster, and then the athleticism. They're both athletic, but Haney is more athletic, and he's not going to have a lot of knockouts. I'm going to predict that in his career, and the people may get on him about that, but all he has to do is win the fights. I just said that, and it will be a boring fight because they're both defensive responsible. It will be a thinking man's fight. It won't be a lot of punches landed. It'll be a lot of feints and trying to get in position. There'll be a lot of countering, but it would not be exciting. But I like Haney in that fight. I'm picking against my Newark brethren, but
Reggie just said something that was very, very knowledgeable too. He said the jab will keep you safe as well. I get nervous anytime I see fighters leading off a punch selection with their power hand. Yeah, that's a great point, Reggie. Jermaine Bean, brother in super chat. Joe Smith wins Saturday. He'll unify with Better Beef. He gonna lose the Better Beef. New York brother, right here from the island, but he gonna lose the Better Beef. He lost to Dimitri Bivol. He loses the power punches because he gets hits too much. What you think, Kurt?
Yeah, he'll stay in Better Beef's reigns a little too long. You got to move to beat Better Beef unless you're an outstanding counterpuncher like Canelo. But and he may have his moments because if he can land first, like that dude from UK knocked Better Beef down, Callum something. I think it's Callum Johnson, if my memory serves me correct. If you can land first on Better Beef, you can get to him because his defense is not all that. And Joe Smith Jr. could crack, but I think Better Beef is going to hit him first, and that's what Better Beef wants you to do: stand in front of him. We just talked about it. He's effective when you stand in front of him.
Yep, sure is. Kashif Dixon, brother in the super chat, he said, "Kurt, why did George Foreman turn down a fight with Larry Holmes?" Jay Good, what's going on with you, great brother? What you think, Kurt? I think you're on mute, Kurt. Yep, you're on mute. You're on mute, Kurt. You're still on mute. Kurt.
Yes, sir.
You're still, I was saying you're still on mute. Kashif Dixon said, "Kurt, why did George Foreman turn down a fight with Larry Holmes?"
Because this is a bad matchup. He never wanted to fight Larry Holmes. Me and Stormy talked about this a lot. It was just a bad matchup. Foreman could never beat Larry Holmes. Bad matchup. If you thought Muhammad Ali in '74 was a bad matchup, or a boxer like Jimmy Young, George Foreman had guys who threw straight, quick punches. He didn't like that. That's why Ali, who only needed a jab and straight right hand, when you look at the Rumble in the Jungle, those punches were very effective against George Foreman, and Jimmy Young as well was effective against George Foreman. George Foreman always had problems with guys like that. He wanted no parts of Larry Holmes, none.
Man, Kevin Durant still ain't playing.
He's dressed. I seen him dressed, but he's not in it.
No, he still ain't playing. Unbelievable, man. BP, man, boxing fan Caleb, my brother in the super chat, he said, "I believe Holmes got robbed against Spence, so he won't beat the record." What you think, Kurt?
Yeah, that's true. My father had a fit throwing beers and all that, but my father looked like yeah, because what he said about Marciano, he was a stand-up guy, Larry Holmes. He said some other stuff on HBO. They didn't really take on to that. So when you have judges who has all the power in the world that can win the fight for you or lose the fight because of personal biases, that's what they did with Larry Holmes, man. They didn't want him to get the record, and they had Spinks winning the fight.
Yeah,
That's very true.
he clearly won that fight, Kurt. Idris Mateen, brother in super chat, he said, "What up with Teofimo Lopez getting knocked out in sparring, or is that just sparring?" The dude that they said, the dude that is Jose Benavidez Sr., one of his fighters, and they said that he knocked out Teofimo Lopez, and then they left. They came back another day, and he knocked him out again. It might just be a bad matchup for him or something. And he said did it with big gloves on, so it might just be a bad matchup, man. But that don't mean that's gonna be the outcome if they fought in real life, and I mean, and when it counts, because sparring is different, but it definitely could have a mental effect on Teofimo Lopez, though. I'll tell you that. he may be thinking about it, if that's the case.
That's true. It resonates into the pros sometimes, like it did Vernon Forrest and Shane Mosley,
Mm-hmm.
but not all the time because Carl Truth Williams used to treat Mike Tyson like a rag doll in sparring. Used to beat Mike from pillar to post with his jab. And when they fought, Mike Tyson knocked him out in one round. And Henry Tillman beat Mike Tyson as amateurs, and Mike Tyson knocked him out in one round. It's a different energy. Sugar Ray Leonard got knocked out in sparring against Quincy Taylor when he was getting ready for Marvin Hagler, and he wound up beating Hagler. A lot of experts thought Leonard was going to get knocked out by Marvin because he was knocked out by Quincy Taylor, but it didn't happen. It's a different energy when you're under the bright lights, but sometimes it can happen. Tarver and Roy Jones is another example.
Mm-hmm. George Myers, brother in the super chat, he said, "What y'all think about Boots Ennis this week against Sergey Lipinets? Oh, he gonna put on a masterclass performance. It's a showcase fight. He gonna put on a masterclass performance. He gonna dominate him, and it's a show fight, and he gonna look great doing it. We both agree that, right, Kurt?
I second that emotion. Yeah, I think this is coming. I'll be surprised if he struggle with Lipinets. But boxing is funny, but I just get this feeling in the pit of my stomach. It's like almost like a premonition. I could see him beating Lipinets very easy and getting him out of there. Lipinets saying that's it, no more. I thought he lost to Custio Clayton, but this is going to be a different beating.
Mm-hmm. Mark Cuban, what's going on? Kevin James in super chat, he said, "Kurt, why did Hearns duck Mike McCallum?"
No, Hearns did not duck Mike McCallum. Hearns gave McCallum the name body snatcher. They sparred many times. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people don't know Mike McCallum's career is incomplete. He fought Roy, but he was over the hill. He fought Tony. Those was his legacy fights and Donna Curry. But people say that how he would have done against Leonard and Hearns and Hagler, he wouldn't have beat them. I'll tell you that now. And I got a lot of respect for Mike McCallum, great fighter. I call him the Jamaican sensation. That was my own personal nickname for him.
Yeah, great fighter.
McCallum. I had to think for a second. McCallum was Roberto Duran's number one mandatory defense for Duran's WBA junior middleweight title, and they was going to fight at Madison Square Garden. Emmanuel Stewart went behind Mike McCallum's back and gave the Duran fight to Hearns instead of McCallum, and told Duran, "Why fight McCallum where you can double your pay and fight Tommy Hearns?" And that fight, Hearns and Duran, was supposed to have been for the not undisputed but unified. Duran was the WBA champion, Hearns WBC champion. Duran dropped the belt and fought Hearns and got a lot more money, millions, instead of fighting McCallum. McCallum got wind of that, and him and Emmanuel Stewart had a falling out. Remember, McCallum used to fight for Kronk. He stopped fighting for Kronk, and people didn't know why. That's why. So it was Emmanuel Stewart who really derailed Mike McCallum's career because he was going to beat Duran.
Mm-hmm. SG, my brother in the super chat, he said, "Kavalaskis is the litmus test for Ennis and Ortiz I want to see." Oh, man, I like that. I forgot about that. I would love to see that, Kurt. Salute to Reese Bro, DP Rocker, Tyrone Nunley. I would love to see Jaron Ennis and Igis Kavalaskis. That's a good fight, Kurt. That's
a really good fight. That's a real good. Kavalaskis is better than we thought.
Yeah, and he's better than Sergey Lipinets. I think he would beat Sergey Lipinets.
Mm-hmm. Good power. Yep.
Deontay Mosley, Boxing Gems. What's going on with y'all? I think he would beat Sergey Lipinets, and that's SG. That's a great matchup. I would love to see that. KP from KC5, my brother. What's going on? Kashif Dixon, my brother in super chat. He said McCallum versus Nunn. Who y'all got?
In the prime, I like Michael Nunn because of his movement. But McCallum was so smart, and but McCallum could be outboxed. If Sambo Colombi can outbox Mike McCallum, Michael Nunn definitely can outbox him. And even though A, B, and C don't got nothing to do with it, Nunn knocked out Colombi in one round. Michael Nunn at his best beats Mike McCallum at his best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going Michael Nunn. I always favor the better pure boxer. Jimmy Jim, Victor Torres, what's going on? Rampage Jackson, what's going on? Bobo, what's going on? Yeah, hey Kurt, man. The more I'm thinking about that, man, Jamal James or Igis Kavalaskis, I would love to see that, Kurt.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I would love to see that.
I just want Ennis to. I don't want him to get frozen out, man. And I got a feeling that might happen. He may be the boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if he wins, because if he wins in dramatic fashion and gets Lipinus out of there, he's not gonna. They're not gonna be knocking down Ennis' door fighting him, man. He's gonna get turned down because he's a tough matchup already.
Mm-hmm.
If he struggle with Lipinus, he might get a break. And people be like, he's not as good as they say. And then they fight him, then they find out different. But he has a lot of pride. I don't think that's going to be the case. So, I just want him to get the fights that he deserves if he wins on Saturday.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kurt. I agree. I just for the sport of the boxing, man. That dude got skills, man. He got skills. E. Flynn, my brother in Super Chat, he said, didn't see that footwork you talked about from Kavalaskis, though, Kurt. He old, need that to beat Boots. He old. Oh, he old to need that, or he gonna need that. I think he meant he gonna need that. We're not saying he gonna beat Boots. It's just a tough test.
Yeah, Kavalaskis is better than we thought. He doesn't have, he's not profiling him, but he's the typical Eastern European fighter, and they're not big on footwork. But we were just saying how good he is. He's better than we thought. We was clowning him when he fought Crawford because of Crawford, his name, but Kavalaskis proves to be better than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter.
Oh, he is. He's a good fighter, man. He's a tough fighter. H-Town 713, Music of Troy. What's going on, y'all? He's a tough fighter, Kurt. Michael Brown, Wilfred Marfisi. What's going on? He's a tough out. Jelani Everett, my brother in Super Chat. Hey, Blue and Kurt, quick fact. Do y'all know that Floyd Mayweather is Jamaican descent too? Oh, you could tell. You could tell.
I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing that. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could tell. You could look at his family. You could tell. Mm-hmm.
I know some of his family on his mother's side is from New Brunswick, New Jersey. New Brunswick is a college town. That's where Rutgers is from, and they have this soul food restaurant. What's the name of that soul food restaurant everybody goes to in New Brunswick? I used to go there all the time. The food is good, Blue. You and your wife should go, even though you'll love it. It's an upscale soul food place. Oh man, my wife knows, she in the room, but a lot of celebrities be there. It's a good place to eat.
Yeah, send me that info.
I forgot the name. Somebody look soul food, New Brunswick, New Jersey. But anyway, his family is there on his mother's side because he did live there for a short period of time. Floyd did.
Yeah, send me that info, Kurt.
You'll love the food. Is great. I'm telling you.
That's all I need. Slim Jim 314. That's all I need. Slim Jim 314, brother in Super Chat. He says Stephen Shaw hurt Wilder in sparring a lot. Ask him. Oh yeah, I heard that. Stay ready, Bots TV, my brother. Stay ready. Stay ready. Drop the link so the people can subscribe to your channel. I heard that before, Slim Jim. I heard that before. Also, they said David Haye hurt Deontay Wilder in sparring.
You'll hear a lot of stories about sparring, people get knocked out. I heard many people getting hurt and knocked out in sparring. But but it's sparring. I mean, it's this big news.
Mm-hmm. What was dude named Kurt? What's that dude named Kurt that used to give Floyd all types of work in trouble in sparring?
Paul Spadafora?
Yeah. Man, do you think he would have beat Kurt? How that would have played out in the pros? I mean, in under the lights,
Floyd would have dominated him.
Man, and they said every time they spar, he worked Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I have a hard time believing that Floyd would. Man, you put the lights on, but Floyd said that he fights a completely different manner than he does in sparring than he does under the lights. So.
Yeah, certain guys, the bigger the fight, the better they perform. Ali, Leonard, and Mayweather, that's what they have in common.
Mm-hmm. Lawrence Harris, meanwhile, brother in the super chat, he said, I'm late as heck, just showing love, Blue and Kurt. Salute to you, great brother. Better late than never.
Salute. Yep. Glad you're here.
Idris Mateen, brother, back in the super chat, he said, Delta's in the place.
There you go. The name is called Deltas.
Deltas is the place.
Man, I tell you, man, I love the chat, man. I wish I could talk to all y'all on the phone because when I get stuck and my Grandpa Simpson brain goes in neutral, y'all always coming through for Kurt Sugar. Thank you very, very, very much. Deltas. Me and my wife used to go there after church. You know, we used to eat all the time, and the food is delicious. It's a nice place with the jazz music, the ambiance of the, soulful place. It's a very nice place to take your wife.
Oh man, I think I might have to make my way over there, Kurt.
Man, who's that? Deltas.
Idris Mateen said it.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. It was racking my brains over here.
And they got chicken and waffles.
Yeah, go look at the website.
I'm looking at it right now.
Look at
I waste no time.
Oh man, you a foodie, man.
Curry, I waste no time, man. No time.
Man.
Look, I'm scrolling.
Oh man. Oh, Blue, you something else, man. Oh.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man, I love it, man. Yeah, that's why, man, I gotta stay. I have my cheat meals, then I have cheat meals. I can't have cheat days, man.
I hear you, man. I'm about to change my program eating food, man. I told my wife cut up some tomatoes and cucumbers, and that's it. She said, "That's it? That's an appetizer?" I said, "No, that's gonna be my dinner."
Yeah. Good curry, man. And I'm a creature of habit. So if I eat it, I'll eat everything the same time, the same every day. I can't help myself. But I'll be going to Deltas, though. I tell you that.
I saw you dressing out too, Blue. Blue be throwing it on.
Yeah.
I seen you. I seen you. I see you, Blue. I see you. I see you.
Man, and Kurt, I'm a spirit of the moment type of person.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, my wife would say, Kurt, I'll get up right now. Like, Deltas, oh, we ain't getting through this weekend without getting in. No, sir.
Wow.
We ain't
I haven't been there. I haven't been there years, but it's a good place, though.
Yeah, that might be. Listen, Kurt, I'm telling you, we ain't getting through this weekend. My wife be like, she gonna be like, "Who told you about this?" I'm gonna say, Kurt.
Y'all say Curtis Hunt told you about it.
No, it's Kurt. Because she gonna ask me, who told you? I'm gonna be like, Kurt. Nigga, once I hear it, that's it. That's it.
I love good food, man. Ain't nothing like good food and good eating, man.
Yep. Yep. My brother Jab Jamboree, Act Reach in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Jab Jamboree. Act dropped the link. He said, Blue, that's that Harlem and you getting fleet. Yeah, I can't help it, man. I can't help it. My wife be like, really? I can't help it, man. I gotta get dressed when we go out, man. I gotta get dressed, man. I always get dressed. She be like, really? I can't help it. It's just I don't feel right. And I gotta get dressed head to toe, Kurt.
I hear you, man. You as a man, you supposed to take pride in dressing.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to. I'm gonna tell you a quick story why it's so important, real quick. And this is like in 1985 when I used to go to Lou Duva's restaurant. Like 3 blocks was my job. I was working on the shipping docks. It was called TDS, Total Wide New Jersey, Total Wide Distribution Services. All my friends, they was doing mass hiring, Blue, right? And all my friends, they was there in shorts and baseball and basketball jerseys. I threw on some jeans, devil jeans, and a shirt and tie. And they was clowning me. It was hot. It was like 90 degrees. So they was going in there one by one. And I said, what they tell you? They said they was going to call me. They was like, Curtis Anderson. I walked in there. They said, okay, we like you. And you start Monday. So my friends like, what they tell you? They'll call you. I said, no, I start Monday. They was like, what? You the only one? You know why? Because of presentation and the job interview.
Yep.
You would dress formal. That the first impression is the most lasting impression. So, I got the job, but I said, dressing means a lot.
Yep.
People look at you differently.
Yeah. Your first impression and your last impression, Kurt.
I mean, I love the gaiters and the linen suits and the Italian custom made suits. That's what, if I spend money, it will go on, fine threads. Like when I went to Mediterranean Sea Cruise and we docked in Florence, Italy. I was buying up the store because I love Italian clothes, man. They got the best clothes, and and the suits was like magnificent.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
Gatorman 39, what's going on? Dennis Asby, what's going on? Yeah, man, I can't help myself, Kurt.
I saw you throw it on. I was like, look at Blue. I was cracking up, man. I was cracking up.
I can't help it, Kurt, man. I gotta do. My wife be like, really? I gotta do it. Gotta do it. I just feel incomplete. Like if I don't, you know what I mean? Can't do it. Can't do it. But let's get on out of here, Kurt, man. Smash that like button, my peoples. But I'll be going to Deltas this week before Monday. I'll be telling you.
Man, Blue Series too.
I'll be telling you about it before Monday.
But call first because you don't know what the protocol is now with the pandemic.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I'm gonna call them.
Yeah, but New Brunswick was a nice city. It's a college city with Rutgers, and you can see all the college kids running up and down the streets and stuff. It's a nice city though. But let's get out of here, man. Great show, man. I really enjoyed the show. I feel much better, man. And the chat, man. Thank you once again. I'm not sure because I didn't see Carolina Ryder. There was a super chat sent to me, and I just got it. So I don't know if it's old or new, but Carolina Ryder, thank you for the super chat. Much, much appreciated. But thank you, chat, because every time I get stuck, they come to my rescue. That's why I always say salute family, because I think of y'all as family, not people who just show up in the chat. Thank you for the super chats, Blue. My brother, my younger brother, thank you very much. The show is popping. I love the show, man. And we will see you guys tomorrow. My name is Curtis Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar. I'm going to watch me some Brooklyn Nets basketball.
Yeah, they winning right now, 42-35. Can't wait, man. Dolly Antoinette, Jay Lynn, peace and blessings to you, queens. All the peopleizations in the building. But before we go, I need y'all to go support my brother, Terence Bailey Sr. Go subscribe to his channel, On the Mic with Terence Bailey Sr. He has some big things coming. Operation Frederick Douglass on the Hill, historic mural being painted by world famous artist Michael Rosado, commissioned by the Frederick Douglass family. It will be placed in the oldest African American community in the United States, the Hill community of Easton, Easton, Maryland, to be unveiled this summer, July 5th. That would be the Monday following July 4th. The 4th of July falls on a Sunday this year. It will be the Monday following the 4th of July, so it'll be that July 5th. It was supposed to be June 12th, but they had to move it back. You can go to Frederick Douglass on the Hill on Facebook and follow and donate and help them meet the $50,000 goal to be able to, have this event take place. You can also go and check them out on It's Yours Radio with a Z. It's with a Z, Yours with a Z radio every Sunday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Also, you can check them out on live975.com on the radio show. Once again, this event will be taking place July 5th. So make sure you guys are there, 6 p.m., July 5th. Go subscribe to my brother, Terence Bailey Sr. on the mic with Terence Bailey Sr. Y'all
One second, Blue.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, 1 second. I just want to do this for the chat.
Uh-huh.
One day when there's slow and ain't no fights, one day we should just call it the chat show where they ask us any questions, and all questions, the 2-3 hours going to be dedicated to them to show their appreciation. They can ask us boxing related questions. We could talk about anything else. It's just going to be a show where the chat is going to control the narrative.
Hey, you know what, Kurt? We'll do that and open the phone line.
Absolutely.
We'll open the phone lines. Carolina Ronda, Kurt, he said, always, family.
Nah, thank you, brother, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you for the blessing.
Yes, sir. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow us on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share the videos. That's all we got for y'all. Peace.
Peace.